Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching. Welcome back to Amnesia. And if you don't know what's going on with Amnesia, I would suggest going across the way, clicking that little box, and watching the series from the beginning because there are rules to this playthrough. Now, if you are watching this on release, I am sorry for the delay. I do have some medical stuff going on right now. It's not overly pleasant, and it's causing me to delay some content a little bit. But before everyone got angry in the comments, I was aware that I did not yet loot the POI here. This is the stage, the place, the amphitheater. And yeah, I wanted to try to make it back to the trader to have the, whatever the heck it was. I want to have intellect going on. So yeah, I wanted to get the better rewards, try to make it back to the trader. Did not work out so well. But we have to at least loot this stuff. And I don't believe that with the intellect still on, because I don't have any of the go-go juice with me, I don't believe that we're going to have to worry about, any perks to looting right now. So we should be all right. We're going to loot the, underneath the stage here, get the final stash from the last mission we did. All right. It's ammunition. So we are looking for, lead and stuff. We're going to need that in the future. For the next time we have intellect, we want to be able to give our, unnamed turret a name. Ooh. Ammunition. He just does need a name here. We had one suggestion, guys. One suggestion. Good suggestion, though. We're just going to keep looting all this stuff up. We're going to head back to the base. I don't even know what day it is right now, to be honest. Ooh, another shot for stun baton. It's day 21, so we should probably focus on construction a little bit. Nudie Magazine Day. We got Furious Fist. Sweet. So we are not allowed to go to the trader yet to unload this stuff. We do have to use up our last category, which is going to be, a specific one. If you guys have been paying attention to what we've been using lately, I am not resetting the wheel until Horde night. So yeah, good morning. Ooh, forge ahead. We got a helmet light mod schematic, some stuff to sell to the trader, and that should be all these boxes, right? We're good to loot down here. We're good with loot down here. All that fun stuff. Sweet. Let me head back to the motorcycle. I'm not allowed to use a weapon because we have not unlocked a category yet. It's just a nurse. All right, cool. I'm going to head back to base real quick, guys. We will meet there. We will do our usual amnesia do. And, I want to turn in this quest, but I can't because, I'm not allowed to use the agility. Or not the agility, the intellect. Yeah, thanks, places. Gotta go home. Big Mama, I'm home. Sweet. Now, is there anything on my bike I got to come back out for? There is stuff on the bike I got to come back out for. Sweet. We'll just take whatever we can right now. Let me unload this stuff. We'll drink our Forgetting Elixir. We'll get the final category, loaded up, and then we'll do some base building today because I believe that that's going to be, our priority right now. Cool. All right, we are ready to chug-a-lug our elixir, spin the wheel, which will be kind of sort of goofy because there's only going to be one category for now. So let's go peek on over to there real quick. And we're at the wheel, and all that's left is agility. And you know what? I was going to add the other categories to the wheel, but I feel like if we use up agility right now, that's going to give us a full set of categories to use on Horde night coming up. So yeah, let's do this. How was the peaking? Was it everything you wanted it to be? Cool beans. Today, we have agility, which would be the one with the shoe and the thing and the place and the whatnot. That is going to be our archery. That is going to be our pistolas, SMG. Yeah, those things are small caliber weapons. Parkour and, stalking stuff at night and not getting seen. So, let me unlock all of these. We are cutting it so close to having our first category unlocked permanently. Oh, look at that. We are short points. 1 point to have Shadow Ninja, which would be the agility skill tree completely unlocked. But yeah, archery today, hunting knives, crossbows. We're going to get these in our inventory. But today is going to be the Horde base building day, which is fantastic because I don't have a whole heck of a lot of time to record anyways. So nice, easy peasy construction going on. I do have wooden spikes working in the background here. I don't know why I have leather on me. I still do have the trader thing to turn in, Maybe, depending on how today goes, I will be able to turn that in real quick. But as far as the Horde-based stuff, we're going to need crotchy, we're going to need concrete mix, definitely going to need some landmines and offensive stuff, because last Horde, we got our butts kicked a little bit. I want to make sure that we're pretty well prepared for everything. So yeah, let's get the cobblestone, some building blocks. We're going to need to get everything in our power to make sure that we have a successful Horde night. Because yeah, they're not going to get any easier. Sweet. Now, do I have anything cooking over here? Not really. Now, can I make the cement mixer? I can. Why do I not have one yet? Was I waiting for like the mechanical wonderful thingamabobber? I think I had that, and I just should have, you know, done things in places and whatnots. All right, we'll get that crafting right quick. I don't think I have all the ingredients for a whole lot of concrete, but that's fine. Nudie magazine day. I don't know how I passed these mailboxes and did not loot them. Sweet, fantastic. All right, just some stuff to sell to the trader. No big deal. Give me stone. I like stone. So yeah, today we are gonna try to redo our Horde base a little bit. I know the a couple weaknesses we had the last go around. But let me go climb up the ramp here. And what happened was they eventually broke through due to some shenanigans and some phasing through objects. So yeah, I think it was like up here they started phasing through blocks, which is, you know, no bueno. I do not like that this is open down here. I think we're going to enclose that a little bit, and we should really do like a nice, better fallback position, because I kind of got sucker punched the last go around. So yeah, let me begin by reinforcing underneath here. So we have a ton of cobblestone to burn up anyways, and this base probably not going to be the most permanent of bases. So yeah. Get some pillars. I am not overly concerned if the zombies do get, like, you know, congested down here. Not sure how much I like that. I don't want the zombies falling off and then, like, landing on here and start whacking stuff. We should be okay. There are things I can do to prevent that from happening. So I think next I'm going to take out these side pieces here. Stop giving the zombies, like, somewhere to really try to, you know, find alternate paths to. Ooh, I ran back home because I forgot to bring food with me. And look what we got here. A cement mixer. Cement mixer. There we go. Cool beans. Now, the smart thing to do would be to get these forges working with stone, but I am kind of feeling a little restricted on time. So I am just going to, you know, keep on pressing on. I think I'm going to have like a housekeeping day, maybe after Horde night, just to get caught up on everything off camera. You know, do the odds and ends and all that fun stuff that is required to play this game. That is not always entertaining. So let me go snag these real quick. And I really just wanted to see if there's anything else I could bring over to the Horde base to help us out. We are kind of going like very minimal things here. Ooh, out of stamina. Just one more whack. One more whack. One more whack. We have whacked that off. Oh, I still have one more over here. So I'm like looking at this with the tightrope and all that. I'm kind of trying to figure out how I want to do this so the zombies are not bunching up right here. Let me show you guys what I got going on so far. Excuse me, ladder. So yeah, all this has been whacked off. So the zombies are forced to use the pole to, you know, tightrope over here. I might even put a secondary pole in here. That is not yet decided. But what I'm trying to prevent here is the zombies like falling off and getting hooked up on here and start whacking at the sides here, because my vantage point, I can't quite, you know, get there. So I'm trying to maybe sort of think, if I get over to here and I use this, and I go like that and do the same on this side, and maybe just be a little bit generous with spikes around here. Yeah, I'm not whacking that all off. Heck no, techno. But if I put the wedge right there, get out of here, all this stuff. So if I put the wedge right here, they'll stop the zombies from stacking on each other. I'll put one more above it real quick. Just like that. All right, all right. Sweet. So the zombies cannot really jump up and do the whole phase through everything like they did the last go around. Now, my next concern is going to be this internal here. And I'm thinking maybe these double pillars again. We'll just give these guys one more try. And when I say one more try, yeah, I ain't doing that stuff again, man. Oh, man, it's so hard because, like, you know, as a gamer, you play so many different games, you can't remember, like, what little finessing things happen in what game anymore. So, yeah, I'm not sure 100% which blocks these zombies will be able to phase through and which ones they're not going to be able to phase through. So I think for now, we're just going to go kind of thick. Hope that the zombies aggro just fine to this location. There, we reinforce the tightrope. We'll probably reinforce the ramp too. Reinforce these side walls. There, that is looking a little bit more happy hunky-dory. And also maybe just do a little bit of the ramp, man. I wish I had a little bit more concrete to work with here. Like, I think if I get this day done a little bit early, I might be able to pull off a little bit of concrete. Maybe we'll go see what the traders got, because, yeah, we're going to be cutting it a little bit close here. But I think for the gigs, what I'm going to do real quick is just make a fancy-pantsy little fallback position right here. Nothing too overly crazy, just, you know, a quick little fallback position to the point where if I'm starting to get overrun, it is partially my own darn fault, but, you know, we'll have a fighting chance. Let me just put one more row up here. I think I'm just going to put some hatches over here, and that should finish this up. It's going to be a little bit exposed. That's fine. It's going to be like the last hour, hopefully. Hopefully we don't get, like, overrun super early. But, yeah, I think for what it is, this base will do just fine. I think all I got to do is really put down some spikes. Chances are we will get our rear ends kicked, but you know what? That's okay. It's part of the fun, part of the adventure here. So yeah, zombies come up, quick little fighting position. Now, anybody who's new is like, why aren't you making like a, you know, better designed base? The issue is I'm changing my skill tree every episode. I don't know what type of base to make, a ranged base, a melee base, you know, one that works better for spears, one that works better for, I don't know, just being awesome. Ooh, but thinking about being awesome, I do have to put Crotchy's little stand somewhere, don't I? So if I go like this, utilize the resources at my disposal. Darn it. That is counterproductive. I gotta delete that. But if I put Crotchy like right here, every episode, dude, every episode. So if Crotchy's right there, he is going to keep a lot of the zombies at bay. We should be all right with this. This should help us a little bit. I am going to go build up on top of there, but let me, you know, stop spiking myself just a little bit. If it's stupid and it works, it is no longer stupid, right? Right. All right, so I'm going to knock out that block right there. We have spikes to put down. We have the almighty defensive chairs to put down. It is already going on 4 o'clock in game. All right, so spikeage going down. Fantastic. I think we can probably just spike the ever-living heck out of everything. If Crotchy's going to be launching people down here, I want to be able to make sure that they, you know, do not survive. So if we go like that, that should be good enough. If the zombies fall down in the beginning here, that's fine. My concern is them getting hung up on these pillars and stuff. So yeah, zombies are going to get knocked down. That's cool beans. We got a couple more spikeage to put down here. And this pit of despair is complete. Cool. Over here, we have 78 more spikes. Yeah, I'm just going to spike the ever-living crap out of everything here. Very fun. Probably one of the only zombie kills we're actually going to be able to get this episode. I got one more iron spike. I think I'm just going to place right here. Maybe. Oh, it's got debris in the way. Where should I put this last spike? I don't want to take it up inventory space. Let me just save it for myself whenever I decide that, you know, it's time to go. So, yeah, I got to jump on that ramp to get up there. So I should be okay to put a spike here. Sweet, cool beans, fantastic. What do I have left? I got chairs. I have some landmines and some barbed wire fencing. So if I just put the barbed wire there, hopefully I'll have like a... Oh my goodness. I'll have a ranged Julio Dulio thing. If I just put barbed wire there, that should slow the zombies down. The very beginning, I could probably get a couple shots off with some ranged. Now, as awesome as having landmines go off on screen is, you know, I'm more concerned about just living today. So let me get our mines put down. I'm going to put them in the vulnerable areas. I know the zombies have breached through a couple locations here. So let me just do that. Put a mine there. Same thing on this other side here. I got to really watch where I'm stepping here because I am thrown. Hurting myself. Air filter mine there. I don't believe... You know what? I can kind of sort of maybe test. No, I'm not going to test to see if I set off the landmines. I don't remember if I had that unlocked or not, where traps don't overly hurt me with that book, whatever the heck it was. All right, so I'm thinking along these breaches, I'm just going to put some landmines. All right, just reinforce our base with some chairs real quick. I think that's all the chairs I want to expel on this base. So get a good look at it before we leave. So yeah, zombies are going to come up this ramp here. Hopefully get slowed down a bit by the barbed wire. They have landmines, these side breaches that they're most likely going to be using. Tightrope is made out of concrete, so it should hold up for a day 21 Horde night. And we have our fallback position in case the zombies do overrun. So I'm going to head back to base. I'm going to get my inventory straightened out. You know, it's just a base building episode. Nothing too crazy, nothing too amazing. We're going to get organized for Horde night. Next episode, we're going to spin the wheel. We're going to find out what weapons we're going to bring into Horde night. And then, yeah, we're going to fight the Horde. So sweet, cool beans, fantastic. We do have the cement mixer down. I think I'm going to have day 21 or day 22 is going to be like a housekeeping off-camera episode. So we'll be back up with day 23. Hopefully I'll have some stuff working in the cement mixer. I did check. We cannot yet build the tier 6 armor yet. So that's very close. So yeah, cool beans. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me. I'm going to get organized for Horde night. You guys are all fantastically amazing. I love each and every one of you. All that fun stuff that we say at the end of the videos. Yeah, I'll catch you later. And sorry that the episode is not overly amazing, but the next one's Horde night, so it's kind of okay. Okay, bye.